Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel. And here are my predictions for this weekend's Premiership matches. Let's start with tomorrow's match. Villa versus Brighton. Well, Villa at the moment, they are 6th, and Brighton are 3rd. Both these two teams have had a great start to the season. And of course, both these teams won last weekend. Villa beat Chelsea and Brighton beat Bournemouth. Villa have won 4, lost 2. Brighton, they've won 5 and lost 1. This one, I think, is going to be a bit of a tight match between these two teams. I'm going to go for a draw. I think I'm going to go for a draw. Villa 2, Brighton 2. Bournemouth versus Arsenal. Well, Bournemouth are 17th. And of course, Arsenal, they are 5th. Bournemouth have yet to win a match. They've lost 3 and drawn 3. Everybody's predicted that they would struggle this season. I think they will. It looks like they're going to have a bit of a struggle this season, Bournemouth. Will they avoid relegation? I think they will. Yes, I think they will. They'll avoid them, keep out of trouble. They've just got enough about them to stay out of trouble. But I can't see them getting anything against Arsenal tomorrow. And of course, Arsenal, they drew with Tottenham last weekend, and Arsenal have got a few injury problems at the moment. Let's see how they cope, shall we? I can't see Arsenal finishing where they did last season, 2nd behind Manchester City. I can't see it. I think it's going to be a bit of an up and down season for Arsenal. Like I said, they've got a few injury problems at the moment. Arsenal have won 4. And they've lost none and have drawn 2. This one I'm going to go for Bournemouth 0, Arsenal 2. Arsenal to win 2-0. Everton versus Luton. Well, Everton have won their last 2 games. They beat Brentford last weekend and they beat Villa in the Carboni Cup. And of course, we've got the Everton fans are starting to get a little bit excited, I think, about they might just get out of trouble. Well, I wouldn't get too excited, Everton fans. I expect them to beat Luton tomorrow, but I wouldn't get too excited. You'll probably win 3 and then you'll end up going on a losing run again and still be where you are. But like I said, Everton fans are getting a little bit excited at the moment at the thought of winning 2. Maybe winning 3 with tomorrow's match. Everton, well, like I said, Everton fans, I wouldn't get too excited because you've only won 1, lost 4 and drawn 1. And poor old Luton, well, yeah, just cannot see where Luton are going to get a win from. They haven't won 1 yet, lost 4. Everybody keeps saying that I'm going to go right back down again. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be for them. I just can't see where they're going to get their wins from, get a win from. You never know, they might surprise a team and win, but the only teams they're likely to beat are the teams around them. But I just can't see them beating the teams around them at the moment. I'm afraid it's going to be a long, hard season for them. And I'm afraid to say, Luton, that you're going to go back right down again, go back to the Championship again, I'm afraid. Anyway, this one I'm going to go for Everton. Everton 2, Luton 0, although saying that, you never know, Luton might just go to Everton tomorrow and get a point. They won't make it easy for Everton, but anyway, I'll Everton to win 2-0. Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. Well, Man United, at the moment, they are 9th, whereas Crystal Palace are 10th, below them. And of course, these two teams met in the Carboni Cup the other night, Manchester United winning. Could Manchester United go on a run, start picking up some points after the disastrous start of the season they've had? I would expect them to. But I think there's a lot of trouble. There's trouble brewing at Manchester United between the manager and the players. I don't think the Manchester United players like his training methods. So, you know what happens? If the players don't like a manager, they don't play for him and they keep losing matches, and it ends up with the manager being shown the door. So, that's the rumour at the moment. There's unrest at Manchester United. The players don't like him, Erik ten Hag, so they're probably trying to, like I said, shove him out the door. Manchester United have won 3, lost 3, whereas Crystal Palace have won 2, lost 2. I think I'm going to go for Manchester United. Manchester United 2. I don't know about this one. I was going to go for Manchester United to win. I'm still going to say that, I think. Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 0. Newcastle versus Burnley. Well, what a result for Newcastle last Sunday against poor old Sheffield United, 8-0. Oh dear. That was a great result for Newcastle. They're now 8th. And poor old Burnley, they are 19th. Do I think that Newcastle will probably finish where they did last season? I don't think so this season. I don't think so. I think they've got to go some now to finish, to be in the top 4 before Christmas. Because at the moment you've got Tottenham, Brighton, Liverpool and of course Manchester City. I don't expect Brighton to finish there. I think they'll probably finish in the top 6. Or probably outside the top 6, Brighton, but I don't expect them to finish 3rd. But you never know, it might happen. Newcastle, well, they've won 3, lost 3, whereas Burnley, well, poor old Burnley haven't won 1 yet, and they've lost 4. Burnley are another team that it's going to be a long, hard season for them. Burnley, another team that they've tipped to go right down again, and I think that looks like they're going to. Looks like they're going to be. But then again, you never know. Burnley could surprise some teams, start winning some matches, but it's the only teams they can beat are possibly Bournemouth and Wolves and maybe Everton or Chelsea. Because you never know. But I don't think so. I think Burnley will be going right down again. And of course, at the moment, they've Only got 1 point. And I can't see them getting anything against Newcastle tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to go for Newcastle 5, Burnley 0. West Ham versus Sheffield United. At the moment, West Ham are 7, and of course Sheffield United are bottom. Poor old Sheffield United. They just cannot seem to win a match at the moment. I mean, Sheffield United are like the other two. You just can't see where the next win's going to come from unless they can beat the teams around them. I just can't see them. They might go all through the season without winning a match. But I dare say they'll probably pick up a point here and there during the course of the season. But it's going to be a long, hard season for them. And like everybody says, that they're going to find themselves back in the Championship again, I'm afraid. Well, anyway, West Ham have won 3, lost 2. Sheffield United, poor old Sheffield United, they haven't won 1 yet, and they've drawn 1 and lost 5. I don't expect this to change tomorrow. I'm going to go for West Ham. West Ham 3, Sheffield United 0. Wolves versus Manchester City. Of course, Wolves are 16th, and City are top. Wolves, of course, they drew with Luton last weekend, and Manchester City managed to beat Forest. Wolves, no wonder Wolves. I did say at the start of the season, I did say that I thought that Wolves would struggle this season, and they are. And of course, football is a results business. If you're not getting results, the poor old manager or the coach gets the sack. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if Gary O'Neill doesn't get the sack. Although I don't think Wolves board or panic yet. They'll probably give him up till Christmas to see what's happening, see if the results are any improving. But sooner or later, he will get the sack. Where at the moment Wolves have only won 1, lost 4, drawn 1, and Manchester City have won all 6. Could Wolves spring a surprise tomorrow and beat Manchester City? I don't think so. I don't think they will. I'm going to go for Wolves 0, Manchester City 4. Tottenham versus Liverpool. Well, Tottenham at the moment are 4th, and Liverpool are 2nd. And of course, Tottenham drew with Arsenal last weekend. Tottenham have won 4, lost none, and drawn 2. Liverpool, they've won 5 and they haven't lost any and drawn 1. This one, I'm going to go. Is it going to be a tight match? I was going to go for Tottenham, but I've got a sneaking feeling that Liverpool will probably go there and win, like they did against Newcastle. And against Wolves as well, they was losing 1-0 in them both games, and they ended up winning. I'm going to go for Tottenham 1, Liverpool 2. I'm going to go for Liverpool to win 2-1. Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. Forest are at the moment 12th and Brentford are 13th. Brentford, of course, they lost last weekend to Everton. I don't think Brentford both Forest and Brentford are in danger of being dragged into a relegation fight. I think both these teams will probably get out of it. Forest will probably finish mid-table and Brentford will probably finish maybe about 9th, 8th, where they usually finish. Forest have only won 2, lost 3, whereas Brentford, they've won 1, lost 2, and drawn 3. This one's got the makings of a draw, I think. I'm going to go for Forest 1, Brentford 1. And finally, Monday's match, Fulham versus Chelsea. Fulham 11th and Chelsea, they are 14th. Oh dear. Fulham have won 2, lost 2 and drawn 2. Whereas Chelsea, oh dear, they're having a real miserable season again. It looks like it's going to be one of those seasons again for Chelsea. They've spent all this money on players and it doesn't seem to be working for them. This is what teams do. Sometimes when they have a new owner, they go mad, splashing the cash, bringing in players. I know that it's going to take time for the players to, get used to one another, them new players. But time is one thing that Pochettino doesn't have. In one of the papers this morning, it said that he could be gone by Christmas. Fulham, they've won 2, lost 2 and drawn 2. Chelsea, well, they've only won 1. That was against Luton. They lost 3 and drawn 2. Of course, like I've said, it's a results business. If results are not going right, the owners, well, you know what happens? They panic and they sack the coach or the manager. Hopefully they can stick with Pochettino. Let's hope that he can turn this around. Because what I say, like I say, it's a results business. And when results are not going right, the manager or the coach gets the sack. I know Chelsea won the other night in the Carboni Cup. That was just the Carboni Cup. It's the Premier League they want to win. I was going to go on this one. I was going to go for Fulham to win, but I've got a sneaking feeling Chelsea might just win. But sometimes my predictions don't get right. I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham don't win, but I'm going to go for Fulham 0, Chelsea 1. Well, that's the end of my Premiership predictions. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all again in